Hello everyone, welcome to the Python Beginner to Expert series. I am Bhavesh, and in the last video we talked about list, which is one of the most common data structures used in Python. And today we will be talking about another data structure, which is tuple. So let's jump right in. So let's see what is a tuple. So a tuple is very similar to a list. The only difference between the two is that we cannot change the elements of tuple once it has been assigned, whereas in list we were able to change the elements even after assigning it. Okay, so it's are mutable in nature, whereas the tuples are immutable in nature. Okay, let's see how tuples can be created. So if you want to create a tuple, so in list we were enclosing the items or elements within square brackets, right? But in a tuple, we will enclose them in parentheses. So if you want to create an empty tuple, we can just keep an empty parenthesis and assign it to a variable t or any variable you want. If you want to create a tuple having integers, we need to enclose all the integers separated by a comma and enclose within a parenthesis. If you want to create a tuple with mixed data types, for example, integer and strings and float, you just need to enclose all of them within parentheses and make sure if you are including string, then use quotes or double quotes for the string values. And if you want to this create a nested tuple, so you can separate individual tuples using comma and then enclose all of them within a parenthesis. Okay, so let me run this cell where we have created all these type of tuples. So you will be able to see in the empty tuple we are not printing it. If I try to now, if I want to just print the entire tuple starting from 0th index to the end, I just need to keep the start and the stop index as empty, and the stepping size will be by default 1. So the entire tuple will get printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let us see how to make changes in a tuple. So unlike list, tuples are immutable, right? So the only difference was that tuples are immutable. We cannot change anything in that. This means elements of a tuple cannot be changed once it has been assigned. Okay. But there is a catch. The catch is if the element is itself a mutable data type like a list. So example, if I have a list within a tuple, then I cannot change a tuple though, but if I have a list within a tuple, then I can change the elements within that particular list which is present inside a tuple. Okay, so it's the nested items within a tuple that can be changed, and that nested items should be of mutable nature, for example list. So let me show you by an example, it will be very easy. So let's say we are creating a tuple, this tuple. So here I am including two tuples, multiple elements. So this is the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a list, okay, which is nested inside a tuple. Okay. Now if I want to change the second index of this particular tuple, so it is not possible because the second index is 3 and it is not a list. Okay. The list is the second index i- is at the fourth index. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The list starts at the fourth index. But here we are trying to change the second index of the tuple, so that is not possible. So here if we do this, we will get a type error here. Okay, so here you will be able to see the tuple does not support items assignment as it is immutable in nature. But if I want to change elements in this particular list which is present inside this tuple, so what is the index of this list? It is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I will change the fourth index, and inside it if I want to change the, this sixth element to Satish, so inside it is on the first index 0, 1, 2. So it is, so here if I do this, this sixth element will get changed to Satish. So 1, 2, 3, 4, same 5, comma 6. So in place of 6, we replaced it to Satish and 7 remains as it is. So even though a tuple is immutable, but if a list is present in that, then we can make changes in that particular list which is present inside a tuple. So this is a catch. Okay. Now, how to concatenate multiple tuples? We can concatenate them using plus operator. So here, if you see, there are two tuples, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I concatenate it and print t using plus operator, so the final tuple will have all the elements from both tuples. Now, what if I want to repeat the elements in a tuple for a given number of times? So it can be done using asterisk operator. So here you can see this is a tuple Satish. If I want to repeat this element Satish 4 times, so I can just do this by using asterisk operator and uh, mentioning 4 here as I want to repeat it for 4 times. So the Satish element or the Satish string inside the tuple will get repeated 4 times. Now, how to delete a tuple? Because immutable, right? Because of the immutability, tuples, the elements or the uh, items inside a tuple cannot be deleted, but the entire tuple can be deleted. Okay, so if I want to delete any particular item from this tuple, for example, 2 or 4 or 6, that cannot be done. But this entire tuple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this can be deleted. So just write delete t and it will get deleted. Now if I try to print